Welcome to the session. I am Dr. Shekar, Assistant Professor of the Department of Chemistry. Today we will see about the one of the best water softening method we have in our syllabus. We have so many techniques actually, but on that, the one of the best technique to softening of the water means to convert the hard water into soft water. We are using the ion exchange method or ion exchange process. We have so many lime and soda process. We have internal treatment method and external treatment methods. We have, but when compared to the all these experiments or techniques, we have the one of the best technique, that is ion exchange process. So if you see the name itself giving answer means revealing the answer to us. Ion exchange method means ions are exchanging. By exchanging the ions, we are converting the hard water into soft water. That means we are using one equipment or one machine. With that machine or equipment, we are converting that hard water into soft water. To understand this experiment process, I am using one slide I am sharing with you. Yeah, already I said myself, I'm Dr. B Shekar. This is my profile, and here I wanna explaining about the one of the method, that is ion exchange method. In that ion exchange method, my title is a ion exchange, a process for water softening. On that, coming to the next slide, if you see the little bit introduction about the how we are converting the hard water into soft water. So in this, if you see, the hardness causing ions are exchanged with ion resins. So to explain that, see here, first we will see we are using one, yeah, this is the best picture or diagram to understand the ion exchange process. If you see here in ion exchange process, here I am feeding my hot water. Means which water we are feeding in boilers, that water we called as a boiler feed water. If the boiler feed water containing dissolved salts like magnesium chloride or calcium chloride or calcium carbonates, if we are feeding that boiler feed water into the boilers, they may form scale and sludge. To reduce that scale and sludge means to reduce the boiler troubles, we are using this ion exchange process. In this ion exchange process, the first one, this resin or chamber, it is belongs to the cation exchange chamber, and this second one is belongs to the anion exchange chamber. In this, for example, if you see here, myself, I mentioned here, hard water containing magnesium or calcium chloride, we are feeding that hard water. And in this cation exchange and anion exchange resins, they are have these kind of copolymers. Means these copolymers, if you called say, we are saying as a membranes. These membranes is a combination of styrene divinyl copolymers. These are one type of the polymers. These polymers we are using as a membrane filters. These membrane have some semi-nanoporous. Due to that semi-nanoporous, these polymers act as a semi-permeable membrane. So in this, if you see, myself I mentioned here, it is a cation exchange resin and it is a anion exchange resin. If you see in this cation exchange resin, the one end of the cation exchange resin is H plus. H plus nothing but it is one cation. And if you see in anion exchange resin, this anion exchange resin ends with containing the OH minus. OH minus nothing but the one of the anion. So here our water containing the hardness. So hardness means, for example, you can consider as a magnesium chloride. That magnesium chloride, Mg plus and Cl minus. One cation we have, one anion we have. So that cations and anions here, they come and replace with the H plus ions. Means the hard water containing the cations, they are captured by the semi-permeable membrane, and instead of the magnesium cation, the H plus means one of the cation is releasing, and along with that cations, the Cl minus also moving towards the second chamber, that is our anion chamber. In this anion chamber, this semi-permeable membrane containing the OH minus. So that OH minus means nothing but the anion. That anion is exchanged by the Cl minus or SO2 minus. The Cl2 or SO2 minus, these are the anions. These anions are captured by the membrane, and instead of these anions, the OH minus ions are releasing, and these H plus and OH minus ions are combined with each other and they are producing the water. So to understand this whole experiment, this is one of the best reaction to easy understand. And which kind of reactions are undergoing in this process? If you see, we are saying cation exchange and anion exchange. First, we will see about the cation exchange chamber. In this cation exchange chamber, here you see the first chamber is packed with cation exchange resin. It containing the H plus ions. When the hard water is passed through a bed or resin, cation resin is exchanges H plus with calcium or magnesium or potassium, any other cations. To easily understand, here the H plus means nothing but I am represented with green, and the magnesium or chlorides I am represented with red. Means these are the red, means these are the hardness causing impurities. First, in this step, if you see the RH, it is a resin. If you are passing the hardness water containing magnesium chloride, and the resin R is binding with Mg plus and hydrogen is free. In case here, if you see the hydrogen is bound with the resin, but in final product, the H plus is free from the resin. Like that also, the remaining also, if calcium chloride we are taking, the calcium is bound with the cation exchange chamber and H plus is releasing. Like this, in first chamber, the all kind of cations are replaced by the H plus ions. And in next second resin or chamber, we called as a anion resin chamber. In that anion resin chamber, already we said that one ends containing with OH minus. The OH minus is replaced by the Cl minus. So here, if you see, the OH minus is with the R means nothing but the membrane. But if you see here, Cl is free. But in this final reaction, the Cl is bound with resin and free form of the OH minus is present. Like in the first reaction, H plus is free, and the second reaction, OH minus is free. So that H plus and OH minus, they combine each other and they are forming the water. Like this, if water containing impurities, like any kind of the impurities, cations, anions, we are removing by the ion exchange process. In this ion exchange process, also we called as a demineralization process or deionization process. Deionization means D means removing of ions. Demineralization means we are removing the minerals, dissolved minerals from this ion exchange process. And for easily understanding, we are using this kind of reactions. But when upon continuation doing this process, the resins or membranes, they may exhaust, means they are undergoing as inactive. So to activate that resins again, so we are doing some washing. That washing we called as a regeneration of resins. So to regenerate that resins, we are using HCl, dilute HCl and dilute NaOH. The dilute HCl is suitable for the cation exchange resin. The dilute NaOH is suitable for the anion exchange resins. So why we are using these dilute HCl and NaOH? So if you see here, the dilute HCl is suitable for the cation exchange resins. In this dilute HCl, we have the H plus and Cl minus. So that H plus again going and interacting with membrane containing magnesium or calcium, that is replaced by the H plus. So that magnesium is moving toward with acids, and like the second one, the anion exchange resins also, when we are washed with the NaOH, that NaOH, the OH minus will go and sit on the place of the chlorides and sulfides. The remaining, the chlorides and sulfides, they are washed out. Like this also, when we are washing with these solutions, the membranes, they activate again and they act as a fresh membranes. So we are saying this is the one of the best method when compared to the all the methods. Why we are saying this is the one of the best method? Why? Because when compared to the all other methods, like we have the internal treatment method, external treatment method, lime and soda process or zeolite process we have, but when among compared to the all that experiments in this ion exchange process, we are getting best drinking suitable water. Means that water comes from the ion exchange process, it containing very less ppm. So for example, if you see here, they are saying the produces very low hardness, nearly 2 ppm. And the softening of water by this experiment completely free from the all the salts. And highly acidic or alkaline water. Alkaline water is good for health. So by this experiment, we are getting the alkalinity water. That alkalinity water also good for the human being. But along with advantages, we have some disadvantages also. But the disadvantages are very minimal disadvantages we have. So for example, if you see in this process, which we are using the polymers. The polymers we called as a membranes. That membranes are little bit costly. The equipment is costly. And the chemicals means the membranes which we are using, the polymers, they are little more expensive. And in this experiment, the one of the major disadvantage is we are getting water with turbidity. Water containing PPT, some turbidity also we are getting in this process. But when compared to the among the all other experiments, this is one of the best experiment to convert the hard water into soft water. So again, I'm saying this ion exchange method or process also called as a demineralization process or deionization process. And in this process, we are using the resins, the cation resin, the anion resins, they are water insoluble resins. They are water insoluble resins. And that water insoluble resins, we are placing the membranes. That membranes are made of copolymer. The copolymers are came from natural plants. And these are the some of the reactions to easily understanding. First, you see here the R is green color, the calcium or magnesium is red color. So I am also mentioned the hard water. But after the reaction, the hardness causing impurity calcium or magnesium, they are binded with the polymer, and the free form of the H plus ions, they are releasing. In second, in anion exchange resins also here, the Cl and SO4 minus I mentioned as a hardness causing impurities. After reaction, they are binded with the resins and free form of the OH minus is releasing. That H plus from the cation and the OH minus from the anions, they combined and they produce that best drinking water, that is nothing but the our H2O. This is about the ion exchange process. I hope you all are understood this session. If you have any queries, we will ready to discuss that one.